Kill me now. Welcome to this week of Four Horsemen, where we're at episode 101.
Yes.
And everybody has that special person in their life who just drives them crazy. And you're mine. So this is for you. Ronald Davis, Ronald Davis. If he does insult you, no bald thing will. To see him is to take a face to the palm. Ronald Davis. The shine of his head, the blank of his stare. All earnest customers had better beware. He's like a trooper missing every single shot. Look out for Ronald Davis.
Pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
Lovely singing voice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm not singing to you.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Welcome to This Week of Horsemen, Mr. Ronald. What is This Week of Four Horsemen?
This Week of Four Horsemen is our weekly show to talk about events, sales, and promotions, and other nerdy topics.
Yep. Nope. Let's just keep moving.
Close.
Jumping into comics, we have a new series from Dark Horse. It's called The Girl in the Bay. This is about a 17-year-old girl who's brutally murdered and thrown into the Brooklyn Sheepshead Bay and left for dead. And then she emerges 50 years later, the same age, to find that a doppelganger has been living her life for her. Now she gets to meet this doppelganger and unravel this mystery and see how her life was lived without her.
Hilarity ensues.
I don't think this is a comedy. I could be wrong. I haven't read it. But yeah, and I like all the blues on the cover.
Yeah.
Blues and teals. I like it.
It's very cool.
And blue roses under the water. I don't know.
I don't know what that's all about. That's a really cool
Are
idea.
those like baby sea turtles like flying around? No, those are roses.
Sea turtles, mate.
Crushing. Yep. Then we have another comic.
Oh, Battlestar Galactica, Twilight Command.
Number 1. This is the story of the last humans living under the Cylon thumb.
Is that's Saul?
Saul Guerrero?
No.
I was going to say, you're confused. That is not Saul Guerrero.
Not Saul.
No. It does not look like Forrest Whitaker one bit.
I'd like to be the last humans surrounded by a bunch of Cylons. That'd be bad news.
No.
That'd not be a whole lot of fun.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
Pass. Moving on to DC Comics, other things I like to pass on. Not DC, but Harley Quinn. We have issue 58 of Harley Quinn, where Harley has to team up with the Dark Knight because she's been framed for a crime, and she thinks the world's greatest detective could help her out. If I were Bruce, I'd be like, pass.
Yeah. You just cuff her and throw her in the clink.
No way, girl.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Do you like
Harley.
her Robin costume?
That's not
She's
too bad,
got to be
actually.
like the worst Robin ever.
Well,
it's like every other Robin, Harley Quinn.
all the way at the bottom.
All the way at the bottom. And that's even like over like Damian Wayne. I don't know. So moving on to Marvel, you've heard of Old Man Logan.
I have.
You've heard of Old Man Hawkeye.
I have.
Old Man Quill!
Why?
Why not? Why not? See, he's Star-Lord, man.
I don't think he's going to make it to be an old man.
But he obviously has.
He's way too lippy. Someone will shoot him someday.
And Hawkeye's not.
That's true.
And Logan's not.
Yeah, but Logan's like
okay, that's different.
Yeah,
that's different.
Yeah.
All right.
Hawkeye,
But Hawkeye,
yeah, he shouldn't have made it either.
Okay. But he did.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, so Star-Lord gets his own Old Man book.
Yeah.
So yeah, look forward to that. And then more for the 80th celebration of Marvel, a restoration of an old Western series, Gunhawks, re-releasing with issue number 1. This book has not seen shelves in decades, so definitely check it out. And it's a cool cover. Yeah.
Very cool. Gunslingers.
And then from Star Wars, what do we got from Star Wars?
Star Wars number 61. We're rapidly coming up on the original Marvel run. That ended up 107, I think. That was the last one.
Here's my question.
What's going on here?
So here's my question. So Star Wars 1 takes place shortly after A New Hope. And we're still not to Empire yet. When do we get to Empire?
Ooh.
And then are we gonna like jump ahead and then we're gonna be like after Empire?
Skip the movies?
Yeah.
Ooh. And that's kind of what the original Marvel run did. They kind of went right up to Empire, skipped over it, and then just completely ignored Jedi. Totally blew right past it.
The Ron Davis method of Star Wars just completely ignored Jedi.
Just jump it.
Yeah.
It's fine.
And then we also have one of our last Age of Republic one-shots. We have the Anakin Skywalker one-shot. This is just one book. So if you like Anakin,
You should get this.
And remember, you can like Anakin and still hate Hayden, so that's fine.
Probably appropriate.
That is called the Ryan O'Loughlin method of Star Wars. No shade. All right, but we're gonna move on to staff pick.
We have a staff pick
where we have Alex, who's gonna talk to us about a manhwa.
Wait, do we have the aux cam for this?
No, we'll see the aux cam later.
We need the aux cam.
I agree, but it's too late now.
Enough. Let's go to the staff pick. This is Priest. This is a mid-90s Korean manhwa, not manga.
I said manhwa.
I know, but I'm helping Ron because he had that kind of
lost look again.
Yes. The idea is
Korean comic.
It's a Korean comic that mixed horror and Western together, and dealt with 12 fallen angels and the havoc they were wreaking on Earth. At which point they were locked away.
Go ahead. We're listening.
And the priesthood developed these warriors to, as they got out and were starting to wreak havoc again, to kind of help bring everything back. But there's a lot of religious overtones. There's a lot of philosophy in it. It still has a lot of good kind of horror and action and things like that, but it's a lot deeper than just the gun hawks that you're going to see coming out. I mean, it's dealing with a lot of large-scale cultural topics and stuff that are trying to be brought into it at the same time.
You don't know Gunhawk's life.
Anyways, that's the staff pick.
Was this a long-running series, or was
it was
limited run kind of thing?
I want to say it was 2 years, maybe 2.5 years. In 2012, they actually made a movie out of it. It was a bastardization of the comic. It didn't actually adhere to the comic story, but it used the characters. And according to the director, he said it in that world, but in the future and stuff. And they brought in vampires and things like that the priests were fighting.
Because that was the age of the vampires with Twilight.
Everybody liked
Currently, we're in the age of the zombies.
Yeah,
but I think it's coming to a close at some point. What'll be next? Mummies?
No, we did a bunch of mummies
I just watched The Mummy with Emma for the first time.
We were watching that like yesterday.
I watched it last week.
The good mummy or the crappy mummy?
The Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Not the one with.
I almost said Rob Lowe. It's not Rob Lowe.
No, it's
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
All right, we're moving on. We got to keep going to the Four Horsemen versus series, where last week we learned that there is a god because Gandalf won by 1 vote, beating Luigi in one of our closest battles ever. A lot of votes.
Why?
This is, I think, our most responded to Twitter poll of all time.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Waluigi won on Twitter, but overall, Gandalf beat him by 1 vote.
Again, Twitter betrays us every time.
Yeah. Who won our comment contest?
Devin Black with "Why does Wario look so skinny?"
So we're moving on. We are in the top 8, and we have our top 8 brackets. So this week we have Picard versus Rick and Morty. Next week we have Bender versus X-23. Next week we have Nicol Bolas versus Pinhead.
That is not fair.
And then the final one we have
fair.
Jack Burton versus Gandalf the Grey, which is also not fair.
Ugh.
So all right, just real quick.
Massacre.
Real quick. I think Picard beats Rick and Morty. Bender beats X-23. Nicol Bolas beats Pinhead. Gandalf beats Jack Burton. Gandalf beats Nicol Bolas. Picard beats X-23. And then it's the ultimate bromance in the finals.
You think
God intended.
Picard's going to beat Rick and Morty?
He basically already has. I looked at the votes a little while ago, and it's like a 2-1 Picard to Rick and Morty.
I was going to say, because Rick and Morty should beat everyone, because there's always a universe where they win.
Well, here's the thing.
True. That's true.
You can use that kind of logic, but if Picard can beat Q, then he can beat Rick and Morty.
He just talked him out of it. Yeah.
But I mean, Q's essentially the omnipotent being that can reach across multiple universes too. He's basically the Rick and Morty version of He's Rick and Morty in Star Trek.
He's just not as cool as Rick and Morty.
I don't know about that. But if Picard can beat him, then
look, it doesn't matter because Pinhead's going to take this whole thing.
He's really not.
Telling you.
He's not. He's going to lose to Nicol Bolas.
I'm so afraid of that Twitter. Please, I'm begging you, back me up on this. When Pinhead,
he really wants to see Pinhead lose to Gandalf.
No. Well, he's not going to lose. Back me up on this Twitter. Come on.
All right. So, Pinhead aside, who's going to take down this whole thing? You really think it's Pinhead, or?
I hope it's Pinhead. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Nicol Bolas.
I could maybe see that, but I think it's going to be Gandalf. I think he's going to be 2 years running.
Oh man!
And I haven't even he hasn't even lost, and I had to rematch him as Gandalf the White yet. All right, we gotta keep. So this week we have Picard and Rick and Morty. We've already discussed that, so we're gonna continue on.
Yep.
We're gonna talk about events. These are all the events that we have going on this week at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming. Please, if you need any more details on these, go to facebook.com/4horsemencomics and click on the events tab. And first, before we get into anything else, we want to say thank you to everyone who played in our Warhammer 40K Kill Team League. We much appreciate your participation.
I think Truby took the gold medal. Ira got the first two, but Truby came in and stole the clean sweep.
Yes, very nice. Very
Good
nice.
job, Truby.
Thank you, Truby. Good man. And then we are moving on. What's our first event that we're covering this week?
The first event is HeroClix. We're going to have the release event this Wednesday at 6:45.
Of EarthX.
EarthX. $25 entry at Swiss, 3 rounds team format with a 2-pack seal.
Yeah, so if you enjoyed the pre-release, come back for the
release.
release, which it's the second one, should really be the re-release. I don't know. All right.
Is that Captain America?
No, that's a DC thing. Isn't EarthX like a DC thing?
It says Marvel at the top of it.
Oh, I don't know anymore.
I think that's a Captain America thing, but I'm
I
not sure.
I am so out of it these days. It's like, I don't know, did Kirk beat the Galactic Empire? I don't know. All right, so we're moving on as a part of a round of demos that we are doing.
Yes.
We have the Soul Empire board game demos. These are free. You can come in and learn to play Friday at 6 p.m. or Saturday at 2 and 5. If you have any interest in playing Soul of the Empire.
Looks a real good game.
Yeah. What's your favorite empire that's not the Galactic Empire?
Ooh,
That's a hard question, isn't it?
that really is.
It really is.
Maybe like was the
British Empire.
That was one I was thinking of too.
It's for you, Lewis.
Yeah.
Was the Mirror Universe, was that an empire?
Yeah.
I kind of like that one.
The Terran Empire.
The Terran Empire, yeah. That's
Terran
a good
Empire,
one.
that's a good one, yeah, sure. I don't think I can top that. Let's keep going. All right, and then in Magic World, the standard showdowns are back every
Yes.
Saturday, now at 2 p.m., not at 5 or 6, at 2 p.m., always free. And we have Ravnica Allegiance standard showdown packs to go along with these, with this beautiful blue and green, like, color, tealish, color scheme they got going on. I love it.
Good colors.
Yeah,
Good colors.
I like it a lot.
All
Then
right.
we have another.
Coming up on Sundays, we have moved our modern from Monday to Sunday. So every Sunday at 2, 4 rounds, $10 entry, and the prizes are based on your standing.
Yeah, so if you go 4-0, you get $70 in store credit. 301 is $40, 3-1 is $20, and 2-1-1 is $10. And this is a trial run, right?
Yep.
We're going to see how this goes. Adjust
check
as
it out.
needed.
Yeah, we've had a lot of feedback from people saying that Sunday would be a good day for modern, so we're going to give it a shot.
All right. Apparently Sunday is a good day for a lot of things. We have some upcoming events we want to tell you about. We have the Ravnica Weekend and Spring Championship coming up on the weekend of February the 16th. And then we're also going to have another board game demo at the Haven. Yes,
Yep.
and that's going to be on Saturday, February the 23rd. And, of course, we have our HeroClix 2019 Winter WizKids Open on March the 2nd.
The Haven Board Game, is that on free, or not free comic book day, tabletop day? Last
Is
Saturday
it?
of the
Yeah.
month. I think so.
Mhm.
Last Saturday
Yeah,
of
for
the
sure.
month.
Appropriate.
Yeah.
We planned it that way.
Yeah, we did.
We did. We really did.
Come join the nerd herd. We'll play some board games.
Yes, for sure. Moving on to This Week at Star Wars. We're talking about Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That is the theme park that is being built in Orlando.
Finally.
Yes. All right, so they've announced some exciting things about Galaxy's Edge this week. There's going to be an interactive storyline that you get to participate in
Your entire stay.
yeah, in your entire stay. But, and this is for people like me, who like big stories with lots of little things that you have to keep track of. There are going to be comics and books that are expansions and prequels to the theme park story that if you read these beforehand, then you
get a leg up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this novel here, Black Spire by Delilah S. Dawson, that's an actual prequel to the story from the park. Delilah S. Dawson is a great writer. She has a lot of great Star Wars novels. Highly recommend her. So I'm looking forward to this one.
I may actually read a book.
No, you won't. No, you won't. Crash of Fate is another one that's coming up, and there's also a myths and what is it? Yeah, Myths and Fables. Star Wars Myths and Fables. This is a short story collection of myths and fables from the Star Wars universe. It's a dragon.
Is that a crate dragon?
And I don't know. It's a Jedi and a crate dragon. I want to read this book. And apparently, stories from this are going to be part of like attractions
That is so cool.
in the park.
Yeah.
Oh.
They've done a great job with this universe. They really have.
My favorite videos that I've seen online recently are from cosplayers from Disney World, like interacting with kids. Like they had this one where there's this little girl she was like 5 and she was dressed up as Rey and she was at the parade, and then the Disney employee there who was being Rey, coming out of the parade and giving her a hug and was like, oh. I don't know. I can't wait to go to this park. Yeah, for sure.
We're not gonna get tickets for like a decade.
I'm not planning on going until 2020. Yeah, maybe 2021. We'll see. I don't know. All right, but we need to move on to This Week in Movies. Yep. Finally, the much-anticipated sequel, The Lego Movie 2.
Everything is awesomer.
Everything is awesomer. Comes out this week. Spaceship! Spaceship! One of my favorite Star Wars cameos in a movie of all time. It was Han and Chewie and Lando, and showing up. Really, and Batman hops on the Millennium Falcon later. Wow. I'm really excited for this movie.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
it's so much fun.
Wow,
is that a Power Ranger?
Where?
Who's above the unicorn?
It's not a Power Ranger, or it's not a Power Ranger I am familiar with. I'm wondering why Unikitty looks so angry.
Where's his Una?
The horn?
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay,
it's right there.
Okay, I can't see it from here.
We should probably.
Poor Unikitty. Yeah.
All right, engage Alex Cam.
We have an Alex Cam.
Alex Cam engaging because we are moving on to everybody's new favorite segment.
And there he is. Where's he broadcasting from? Britain or something?
I couldn't tell you.
It's like a bunker somewhere.
So if you missed last week's episode, this is our brand new segment called Ask Alex Anything, where we ask Alex some of Dear Abby's weirdest questions ever.
Let Blaine ask a question at the end.
Sure, why not?
All right, Blaine, get a question together if you're still watching.
All right. Dear Alex, do you know anything about jaguars? We just got one for a pet, and he's a very lovable cat. We wanted to mate him, so we borrowed a female jaguar for that purpose. We put them together, and he wouldn't have a thing to do with her. She didn't seem to have any interest in him either, but I think if he had romanced her a little, she might have cooperated. My wife says that she thinks our cat is homosexual. Alex, have you ever heard of a gay cat? I asked our vet, and he just laughed. I'd really like to know. Sirius in Florida.
Florida. Okay. Moving on.
Where you can just get jaguars.
I went down to the Jaguar store. Picked up a Jaguar.
Went down to the Jaguar dealership.
Good Lord, they let anybody out these days. Well, especially in Florida. But,
let anybody have Jaguars, apparently.
No, I've never heard of a gay cat. Best I can say is that my advice to these people is return the animal, have yourself committed.
Good plan.
And don't show up in public anymore because you're an embarrassment. I mean, holy cow.
It wasn't a cow, it was a jaguar.
Oh, yeah. Holy jaguar. I feel so sorry for that jaguar.
Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming does not endorse the keeping of wild animals as pets. Especially wild animals. They can tear your face off. All right,
Thanks, question. Florida.
Yeah.
All right. Dear Abby, Dear Alex, I am the happily married mother of 2 teenage boys. The other day, I overheard my older son, age 17, talking with a friend about twerking. This is going to be great. I have never heard of it, and now I'm worried. Is twerking a drug term? Is it similar to tripping, getting high, or catfishing? My 17-year-old is supposed to go to Princeton next year on a sports scholarship.
She didn't go to Princeton.
I'm afraid twerking will derail him from his charted path. Thank you for any advice you may have.
Troubled mom in Connecticut.
Okay, troubled mom in Connecticut. I want you to go down to the family room where your big family computer is.
Don't Google that.
And I want you to Google. First of all, you need to turn off the safe browsing.
You need to clear the history first.
You clear that after.
You do that afterwards. And I want you to Google twerking. And it's not drug related, but it will
could
get
be.
You off.
Alex, is twerking legal where you're from?
Can you explain catfishing to her next?
That is
maybe next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold off on that one, but yes.
Okay, all right. We're going to keep going. Dear Alex, if you read the papers as well as write for them, you saw the article about the judge who gave a husband permission to spank his wife when she needed it. All I can say is, it's about time. I was beginning to think that women were taking over the country. If more men turned their wives over their knees and showed them who was boss, society would be in a better place. Spanking should be legalized everywhere. One man's opinion.
And that one man will be very one man for the rest of his life. There's no hope for you. There is no hope for you. Do not breed. Do not, please.
Get yourself a Jaguar.
Get a job at a nuclear plant. Get real sterile.
Oh, good Lord, please.
Wow.
We need more Darwin effect.
Dear Alex, my dad objects to a pet monkey. I'm 10 years old, and my daddy said that when I saved enough money, I could buy anything I wanted with it. All my life, I have wanted a monkey. I have saved $14. I asked Daddy if I could buy a pet monkey, and he said no because I wouldn't know how to take care of it. My mom is the fussy type, my mom is a fussy type. Everything has to be just so. Do you know anyone who has a pet monkey and can give me some advice? Signed, wants a monkey. Thank you, Macaulay Culkin.
I was going to say, you need to call Jocko. He has a monkey.
I was going to ask if that was one of your children.
We'd have had a monkey.
Yeah,
At the first sign of I want a monkey,
sure,
we'll have one.
Yeah.
And a Jaguar.
All right, Alex, do you know anybody who has a monkey that could give this little girl advice?
I do not know anybody who actually has a monkey. I have read about people that have monkeys and that they're horrible pets.
Really?
Because primarily, you have to understand a monkey with most other animals, the reason you have to diaper them is because they just go wherever.
Well, they fling it.
And, some of them do.
You could train them to throw it outside.
But they're also
Scoop and fling.
they're also very ornery animals, and they don't necessarily like being cooped up in houses. And because of that, they will wreak havoc upon you. And if you get anything more than a spider monkey, they're hella strong. And they'll hurt you.
But counterpoint, kids are the same way.
They're not hella strong.
They'll fling poop everywhere. They're rambunctious in the house.
Right.
Counterpoint.
But I can put one down.
Kids are the fruit of your loins, and you have to love them under law of the United States. You don't have to love a monkey.
It's true. It's true.
And once again, Horsemen Comics and Gaming does not endorse the keeping of wild animals as pets.
I'd say yes. Let's get some monkeys up here. All right, we do have. Blaine has asked, "Dear Alex, do you think if you met Krampus and he offered you a child to play D&D with, would you?"
Well, hell yeah.
That'd be kind of awesome. Play D&D with Krampus.
Well, no, it's a child.
Oh.
Is he offering?
So
the
he's
child
giving
to play?
Krampus is giving you a child. I would probably take the child and find its parents after a good game of D&D.
I would still play the whole D&D.
Yeah.
Let's finish the campaign.
Yeah.
All right, he has a follow-up question. I don't know what that.
Also, if Haster offered you anything yellow, would you take it? I'm not quite sure.
What's Haster?
I have no idea. I assume it's a D&D thing, but I'm sorry. We will have our nerd cards ready.
Is your refrigerator running?
Is your refrigerator running?
Yes. I better go catch it.
Gee, I wonder whose daughter came up with that one.
Wow.
All right. We're moving on to the Four Horsemen mailbag, where we are dredging up a classic. One of my favorite moments.
This is really fun. Yeah.
From this week of Horseman history. Over a year ago, we built our own fantasy bridge crew.
Right.
Where we went through all the Star Trek captains. Was like, I get this one, I get this one. We're gonna do that again. Except this time we have Discovery.
Right.
And Orville characters.
Yes.
And we're gonna do a draft.
Okay.
So we're gonna roll. You're gonna call even or odds.
Evens.
Okay. So odds. So I get to pick first.
Okay.
And if I pick a character, you can't choose them.
Okay.
Because last time we picked a lot of the same people.
We filed over the same ones.
Yeah. All right. So
That's
we're gonna
not
start.
Gonna happen this time.
We're gonna start with Captain. The options are James T. Kirk, Jean-Luc Picard, Benjamin Sisko, Catherine Janeway,
Kathy.
Philippa Georgiou, Gabriel Lorca, Christopher Pike, and Ed Mercer. And as first pick, Janeway is a close second, but it has to be Picard.
Really?
It has to be Picard.
All right. I have a question.
Okay.
is the Giorgio and Lorca, are those...
We'll assume that everybody is Prime Universe, not Mirror Universe.
Oh, man, because I really like the...
Okay, if you want a Mirror Universe character, sure.
Give me Mirror Universe Lorca.
Okay,
Every time.
Over Janeway?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which
Upset!
Oh, yeah, which Kirk?
I mean, it could be either, I guess.
No, I'm still
We don't actually get to see Mirror Universe Kirk. We see Mirror Universe Spock and everybody else, but we don't see Mirror Universe. Well, we do for like a minute.
Yeah.
He's like, Spock has some
like
purity
screaming,
offers.
yeah.
He's like, "Ah!
No, I'm going with Lorca.
Where's your mustache?" Wow, Janeway.
I'm going dark.
Janeway kicked out of bed.
Yeah, Janeway is my go-to girl. But
me too.
Lorca,
I mean, that was the whole, like, the intrigue of Discovery is because when you're watching a Star Trek series, you know, like, all the officers are, like, great, upstanding people, people you should look up to. But when you're first watching Discovery, you're like, these are bad people.
These are horrible people.
What is this Star Trek? All right, we got to keep going. All right, first officer, so now you get first pick. We have Spock.
Right.
We have Riker.
The beard.
We have Kira Nerys. Chakotay.
No.
Saru.
He's not bad. Or Kelly.
Commander Kelly Grayson.
I'm taking Spock. I'm totally taking Spock on that one. You can have Kelly.
I mean, it's Kelly or Saru.
I kind of like Saru. If I can't have Spock,
I like Riker a lot.
I don't.
I do. I don't like Kira, and Chakotay is like the absolute vanilla pudding of a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
So it's Saru or Kelly.
Yeah.
Commander Grayson, you're on board. Yeah. All right. Suck it, Ed.
All right. Sorry, Ed.
Yep. We're moving on to Chief Engineer, where I have first pick. We have, of course, Montgomery Scott, Geordie LaForge, Miles O'Brien, Bellana. We have Paul Stamets from Discovery, and John Lamar. I just have to ask, is it okay if we drink soda on the bridge? Because our last captain let us drink soda.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
It's
fine. Yeah, you can do that.
I really think that there is no better engineer in the history of Starfleet than Montgomery Scott. But as a son of the Emerald Isle, Miles O'Brien all the way.
Really?
Hard-working Irishman in space.
See, I thought you were going to take Scotty, so I've talked myself into Stamets.
I love Stamets.
I think he's
great.
He's a smart cookie.
I really like him. He's one of my favorite characters on Discovery.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Nobody picked Scotty.
Scotty.
Yeah, Alex had Scotty.
All
we
right,
should have let Alex in on this.
Do you want to go back and do the first couple?
Well, I am the new version of Kirk.
Right.
So good, Chris Pine Kirk.
Yeah, Chris
All right.
Pine Kirk.
All right, and then first
you can't have Spock.
You can't have Spock.
I'm Spock.
Oh, and what were you?
He's got Kelly Grayson.
I was Kelly, so you could have Riker, Kira, Chakotay, or Saru.
I'll take Riker.
He just struts around the bridge in his beard.
It's great. I love it.
And then Scotty.
Okay. All right. Chief Medical Officer, where Ron has first pick. The only true answer, Bones.
No, there's only one. The Doctor.
All right.
The
So
hologram.
Well, okay. So those are our choices.
Yeah.
Alex, would you like Dr. Beverly Crusher, Dr. Pulaski, Dr. Julian Bashir, Dr. Nambu, or Dr. Claire Finn? I'm sorry, Isaac
Claire.
already has her.
Actually, I'm going to go with Crusher.
All right.
She's
better than Pulaski.
much better than Pulaski.
Much better than Pulaski.
Bashir's pretty good.
Bashir grew on me.
Yeah.
After a while.
After a while.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we're moving on to Science and Op, where here's my chance to get Spock back.
Oh, you can't have Spock back.
I know, because you already took Spock. So, all right, so Science Officers / Ops Officers. Spock has already been taken. So we have the Mr. Data, of course, and we have Jadzia Dax. We have Henry Kim.
Right.
Garrett Wang. Michael Burnham.
Yeah.
And Isaac.
Ooh.
Some good ones. I feel like I should really choose Data here. I'm really wanting to maybe take Isaac.
Oh, see, I was going to go with Isaac. Because I figured you'd take Data.
I want Data, but Isaac is like Data, but funny. I mean, not that Data's not funny.
I think Isaac is more just oblivious to a lot of things.
I mean, yeah. And honestly, Michael Burnham wouldn't be a bad choice either.
Honestly, Data has one of my favorite lines in all the Star Trek movies. Oh, shit.
Yes! All right. All right, you convinced me. I'll take Data.
All right, so I'll take Isaac. Who's your
Well,
ops?
now that you've both taken the
The good ones.
yeah. I'll go with Dax.
Dax isn't bad.
Dax is. I haven't really learned to like Dax yet.
Wow.
I-
Yeah,
the
but
whole-
I
the spots.
do need someone I mean,
Chills. Gives me the chills.
I want someone who's fodder. So when we do an away thing, so
She's
Red
like
shirt
two.
on.
She's like two people. So
so I mean, I wouldn't want to get rid of Data, and I wouldn't want to get rid of Isaacs, but Dax.
Judsia, your new uniform's in. Why is it red?
Get to
All
the
right.
transporter room.
All right, Helm Officer, of course.
Oh.
Hikaru Sulu.
Yep.
Tom Paris.
Tom Paris.
Kayla Detmer, which is she's Discovery. She's the redhead.
Okay.
And then Gordon Malloy, which you have first pick this time.
I've got first pick, so I'm taking Sulu.
Sulu.
Sulu. Absolutely.
I thought.
Oh, you're grabbing Gordon?
I'm gonna
I
steal
get
Gordon.
next pick. I get next pick. What? I'm really surprised you didn't choose Tom Paris.
I like Paris, but yeah,
You picked Paris last time.
I did?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Paris is pretty good.
All right. You can have Malloy. I'll take Paris. I'll be happy with Paris.
Yeah. Paris is all right.
Always have Paris.
We'll always have Paris. You've been sitting on that for a year, haven't
Forever.
you?
I've been trying to work that into conversation for 3 years. All right, security officer. We already know Ron's pick, Tasha Yar.
Yes.
We also have Mr. Worf and Odo, and of course Tuvok, and Odo from
He's like
Deep
the
Space
shapeshifter?
Nine.
Oh, Deep Space Nine.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And then we have Ash Tyler from Discovery, and then we have Alara Katan.
Strong
Rest in
contender.
peace, Alara Katan. And then we have the new girl, Tala
Blah,
Kiyali.
whatever.
No, it's
Alara version 2.
yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll give Alex first pick on this one since.
All right. Don't you take Kira. Or Yar, rather.
What? No, I'm taking Alara.
Okay. You can have Alara. Don't you take Tasha.
I don't know. I would not be. Do I look like Data to you?
Fully functional.
I may have been tempted to take Alara, but I'm more than happy taking Tuvok.
Yeah.
Yeah, love
Tuvok's a good
Tuvok.
choice.
And then you're taking Tasha Yar. Of
Oh,
course.
absolutely taking Tasha Yar.
Okay.
I'd fill every bridge position with her. I mean, every bridge position.
We're gonna keep going.
No? Okay.
So for communications officer, we actually have two. We have Uhura, of course,
Right.
and then Januzi, who's from Discovery. Because in recent Star Treks, they've rolled communications into security, because the security officer also handles communications.
Right.
So I'm just gonna take Uhura, and I think nobody cares past that.
Nah, pretty much no.
I'm not going to have a communications officer.
All right, and then
There's going to be a fight for this one, however.
for our final segment,
3-way.
Ron will have first pick. Alex will have second pick. All right, so this is other characters. Other people. I'm going to read off the choices I have. If you guys have additions, that's fine. Nurse Chapel, Wesley Crusher, Guinan, Quark, Jake Sisko, Nog, Neelix, Kess, 7 of 9, and Sylvia Tilly. Captain Killy.
Captain Killy.
Ron.
I'm taking 7 of 9. Absolutely.
I'm taking Quark.
Ah!
Why would you
I need him for the bar on my ship.
Exactly.
Damn it!
Because he's the best. I mean, black market.
He can get you anything.
That's true.
That's why
Damn
I like
it.
Quark.
Works.
Well, I mean, I'm not unhappy to take Tilly. I'm
yeah,
definitely happy
Tilly's
with
a good
Tilly,
choice.
but I really want a Quark.
What about Guinan? Guinan was pretty.
I hate
mean,
Guinan.
they're towards the end.
I'd rather not have a bar than Guinan. We will be a sober crew. That's fine. So we're moving on to meme of the week. We are moving on to Did You Know for Horsemen? Or Did You Know we are on Discord?
I did know that.
Yeah,
I was
you
just
did.
trying to log in about
I hope
2
so.
minutes ago.
If you are interested in our Discord community, just search for Four Horsemen on the Discord, and you will be finding us there. Now we're going on to Meme of the Week, where we have one celebrating episode 101. A very special meme.
Oh wait, I just gotta read this, right?
Yeah, you just read it. Don't read it to yourself first. Just read it aloud.
Right aloud.
Ready?
Right aloud.
Set.
Here we go. Use a condom.
Little wisdom. Little wisdom. Mm-hmm. All right, so we are closing out. Don't go away though, because we have two post-credit scenes this week.
do.
Yeah, we're excited. Please like us at facebook.com/4horsemencomics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemencomics. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/c/4horsemencomicsgaming. Follow us on Twitter at the number 4horsemencomics. Watch all of our streaming content at twitch.tv/4horsemencomics. Search for us on Discord at 4horsemen. And then shop our TCG inventory at shop.4horsemencomics.com. And please come visit us in the Morgantown Mall in Morgantown, West Virginia, where our brick and mortar store is currently located. For how much longer we shall see.
Forever.
We shall see.
Forever.
All right, we've got 2 scenes.
Yeah, like look on the glass. Are you in the zone?
No, you're Spock.
Oh, wait. Who am I?
No, he's blue.
I'm blue.
Yeah,
You're
you're Spock.
Yeah.
Spock is blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
green
you
starts.
start.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to. You said I should be on the glass, but
Oh,
Spock's
but you
the
like
because
bang
he
on the
does
glass.
that, but
Yeah.
Spock's the one who's like up
Oh, yeah.
against the glass.
Yeah. I'm like,
Yeah. Now, Spock.
The ship out of danger.
Yes.
Do not grieve, Admiral. It is logical. The needs of the many outweigh,
The needs of the few.
or the one. I never took the Kobayashi Maru test until now. What do you think of my solution? I'm turning into a solution as we speak.
because he's melting. He's cooked. Go ahead.
Spock.
I have been and always shall be your friend. Funk. Live long and prosper.
No. Okay. And now we're moving on. You'll need this.
That's Oscar worthy
All
right
right.
there.
We are
There's so
sta-
much blue here.
We are standing on the edge of a cliff. There are
Tell me about
people chased us up a mountain with guns.
Okay.
We are standing at the edge of a cliff. We have 2 options. We have face the mob with the guns behind us, just the 2 of us,
Right.
or we jump off the
Do
cliff.
they have guns?
They have guns, yes, they have
And
guns.
there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them, but the odds are not
And-
good.
And they have horses. Too.
All right,
Do we have bullets?
scene. Yes.
5.
All right. We have 5 bullets? All right. Wait. Green. All right.
There you go.
No.
You're blue.
I'm blue.
Right there. Ready?
Oh, ready?
No. We'll jump.
Like hell we will.
No, it'll be okay. If the water's deep enough and we don't get squished to death, they'll never follow us.
How do you know?
Would you make a jump like that if you didn't have to?
I have to, and I'm not gonna.
Well, we got to. Otherwise, we're dead. We're just going to have to go back down the same way they came. Come on.
Just one clear shot. That's all I want.
Come on. We got to.
Get away from me.
Why?
I don't want to fight him. No,
Yeah,
I want to fight him.
They'll kill us.
Maybe.
You want to die?
Do you?
All right.
No.
I'll jump first.
Nope.
Then you jump first.
No, I said.
What's the matter with you?
I can't swim.
Are you crazy? The fall will probably kill you.
Oh, shit. Never seen that movie.
You've never seen Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?